Hello everybody, how are you doing today? It is Saturday. This is the weekend of the big woodworking show up in Indianapolis. There's going to be a meetup up there, so if you guys are in the area, definitely take advantage of that. I unfortunately am not going to make it. I elected to stay back. My son, I've talked about it before, is in a performing choir, and there are 66 kids, 33 of them are females, and they all got new shoes. And then there is what they call the Nightingales, which is an all-female choir. And there are 60 some odd girls in there, 64 maybe, I think. And they all got new shoes. Well, guess who's a cobbler this year? You're looking at him. I've been at the school 3 nights already putting heels. The shoes come in and they're leather shoes. And on the heel, there is just the nail where they put the heel together. Nothing else. And when you go out on stage and when they're performing, the judges take points away if they hear that clacking heel. So we have this rubber material that is for its shoe heels, and basically we cut a piece out and we use contact cement. You know, we have to rough the heel up, we rough up the rubber, put contact cement on both, let it set for a while, put them together, and then trim them. And I've been up there doing that, not to mention, so that's about a little over, right around 100 pairs of shoes, I guess, that we got. And then there are tan shoes that the Nightingales used last year that they're going to have two pair of shoes they use this year. So we've been replacing a lot of heels for anyone who lost them last year. So I committed to do that, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to get that done because we got our first performance coming up this next weekend. And in the meantime, they've been practicing trying to break the shoes in, getting used to dancing with them, and occasionally there are some failures, so we've been having to go back up and correct a few. So that's a huge, long story, but that's what I've been doing. And it's actually been a lot of fun, and I really am sorry that I missed the woodworking show, but you know, this is really going to help these kids to do their best, and we are the champions, so everybody's out to beat us this year. So keep your fingers crossed that we come back with the title for a second year in a row. Woo, that's a lot. Let me show you guys what I'm going to work on today. Hang on one second. Take a look at this. These are cutoffs from all the pins that I've made over the years. And a few times I've come out and I've made blanks from cutoffs. But the issue is I only use a handful of them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate out anything with a tube in it. Well, there we go. There's one there. Get rid of those. I'm going to get rid of all the acrylics. And anything that is wood in these 2 boxes, I'm going to try to use, if possible, every single wood piece. And we are going to make a chaos blank. So this should be fun. It's what I'm going to work on today. And I will, as always, keep you guys posted. Hey guys, I've been making a lot of progress on this project, and I'm going to show you where I'm at in just a second. But before I do, I'm going to say a special thank you to Tracy Keaton. Now, I'm not going to open this on camera because I knew what was coming, and I didn't want it to sit in the box for a couple days. I wanted to make sure I took proper care of it. But Tracy contacted me and said, hey, I'd like to send you some glue. So she sent me some Starbond CA. This is thin, medium, and thick. Tracy, thank you. This is incredible. I've ordered some small containers online for this so that I can, you know, keep a little bottle in the shop and I don't have to have this huge bottle. I'm going to keep these probably in the refrigerator in the other garage because Starbond recommends keeping it below 40 degrees and they guarantee like a 30-month life expectancy on the glue. So that's a little more information than you probably cared about right now, but that is awesome, and I'm super excited about that glue. Tracy also, in the same box, sent me, look at this piece of quilted maple. Is that gorgeous or what? And then there's a piece of pear. Look at this. And it's starting to spalt. Look at the end of that. Is that a gorgeous piece of wood? I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with these yet. I may attempt a small bowl at some point, or maybe even a box. I have experimented with boxes, but I've not done a bowl yet. So we'll kind of see as time goes on what we'll do with those. I bought a thin rip table saw jig, and I bought this because I started working on those Jissy style blanks. And by the way, after that video went out, I received an incredible amount of just valuable information. Steve Kondo contacted me. Steve is known for his Jissy blanks. I watched his videos, and then the very evening that I watched his videos, he had contacted me on Instagram and gave me some information about the blanks. Mike DeLalter contacted me. Eddie Stipe contacted. So many people contacted me. I learned that instead of starting with the chevrons, I should start with the body first. Then using Steve Condo's method, which he uses a sled and he actually sands the angles as opposed to cutting them. So less cutting, more sanding. I have learned so much on these blanks. You're going to see them again. I'm just not ready to start working on them right now because there's something that's going to take some time. And right now I'm just kind of in the shop, goofing off, cleaning up, and getting rid of some of the blanks, some of the blank cutoffs that I had. I also, since there's going to be a lot less sanding or a lot less cutting and a lot more sanding, I picked up a 10-pack of adhesive 120 grit sandpaper for my disc sander over there. I got a couple other things coming that you guys will see when they get here. One of them is some fish paper, and I got notified. I left work at 4 on Friday, and I got notified shortly after that my fish paper delivered. Fish paper is really kind of neat. It's sort of a vulcanized board. It's very tough, and you can use it. I got 7 different colors, but you can use it for like I use veneers a lot, like a veneer between your boards or your woods in your glue ups. So you're going to be seeing that pretty soon. But get ready because I'm coming back with more on these Jissy style blanks. I'm super stoked, super excited, and I'm getting prepped to give you guys a new video with all kinds of new information. Now, let me turn the camera around and show you where I'm at on these this blank that I'm working on. Check this out. I've got all these pieces, and you'll notice they got marks on them. It's been jointed on these 2 sides, so those 2 sides are perfectly square. I was only able to do these. These smaller pieces, what I found was in my jig, when they would go through the blade, I couldn't get a tight enough grip, and they would move a little bit when the blade started hitting them. To me, that was dangerous. So I thought, you know what? Stop on the small pieces. Don't mess with them. I'm going to find something else to do with these. There's nothing wrong with them. It's great wood. We're just going to end up having to come up with a separate idea for the smaller pieces. These are ready to go. I'm moving on to the next step, and that is, now that I've got 2 sides square, I need to square both ends so that I can start gluing these up. And I'm getting ready to get to work on that right now. Well, it's been a long night, but it's going to be a cool blank. I can tell you that. Let me show you what it looks like right now. These pieces have been jointed, and they've all been squared on both ends on that jig right there. What's next is I've got them all. There's the side that I squared or jointed, and there's the other side I jointed. I've got the jointed side down and the other jointed side forward. You can see every one of those has a mark on it. So these are laid out in just the proper order to where I can grab them. I'm going to put some paper down over on this side of the table, and I'll just start randomly grabbing blanks. I'm going to try not to put any 2 blanks together. What I think I'm going to do is jointed side to jointed side, and I'm going to offset them a little bit. So let me lay one out and kind of show you. This will be easier. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just going to start grabbing blanks, and I flip this one around. That's the jointed edge there, so I've got jointed edge to jointed edge, and then I'll start gluing these up, and I'll glue 2 side by side up to about maybe 16 inches. And then I'll stop and I'll get some more blanks and I'll glue up another, as many say 16 inch. I'll either go 11 inches or 16 inches. That way I can cut my blanks to about 5 1/4 to 5 1/2 when I'm done. I may go ahead and just do like 10 inch because it might be easier to work with. But I'll make up as many of those lengths of blank beside blank as I can. Then I'll go back to my table saw and I'll joint one side of each of those after the glue dries of each of those so that I can glue them together kind of like a cutting board. I think it'll make a lot more sense as I go forward. But the idea is I just want to keep gluing these together, and I just want to make a nice big block, let's say 11 to 12 inches in length, and then however wide I can make it. It's going to look pretty wild, but I'm looking forward to it. So I will keep you guys posted. That's it for me today. I'm tired of sanding, cutting, jointing. This has been a lot of time on the table saw, the sander, and the bandsaw, and I'm ready to take a little break. If I get out here tomorrow, that's when we'll start our glue ups. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great evening, and I'll see you again real soon.